What's going on, guys, and welcome back. I've been away for quite a while, and well, 'tis the season, and that is not only the holidays, but is the Banlist season. Kind of took my take here quick on what I think should happen, not necessarily what will happen, but hey, if we got this ban list for Christmas, I'd be happy, I'd be thrilled, and that would be good enough for me. I have a few other things planned to do, so make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, comment down below, stick around, come back, all of that good stuff. But yeah, let's jump right on into it. We're gonna start with our back to 3 section. Which cards do I think could or should go back to 3? Well, it's gonna be a little bit smaller because there's actually more cards I think that could, but I don't see cards going from 0 to 3 right away. However, Astrograph Sorcerer, I think pretty much all of us expect this card back to 3. It could go back to 3, and I don't think there would be really any problems. Sky Striker Engage, not necessarily that I want it back to 3 or think that it deserves to be back to 3. I just have this feeling that it's going to come back to 3, and yet Harp Horror is still banned. Yeah, tell me how that one makes any sense. If we keep on moving forward, we got Infernity Archfiend. Again, that's another card like Astrograph that I think is just long overdue to come back to 3. Pankratops. This one might be the least likely to happen. Dino Wrestler Pankratops going back to 3. I've actually seen it a lot, and I thought about it last list even, and I was like, I don't know if I think it will or if it really should. However, I'm gonna put it there and see what happens. Runic Fountain. I don't think this card even needs to be at 2. Trying to clean up the semi-limited list a little bit to a degree. Like, there's just not many cards that should be semi-limited. However, Runic Fountain really is not one, because most people either played 1 or 2 in their builds anyway, so putting it to 2 really did nothing. Back to 2, yeah, that's exactly like we just said. Miscellaneousaurus. So I do think, like Mally, this is probably one of the few cards that should be at 2. At 3, it is crazy strong. At 1, it's almost useless, and dinos are doing nothing. I think Miss at 2, I've been saying it for about a year and a half now, really should just happen. Going back to 1, I briefly mentioned it. Engage is at 2, possibly 3, and yet Harp Horror is still banned. There's no reason Harp Horror cannot be at 3. However, like I said, it's going to come off the list, go to 1, do nothing, go to 3. Kind of my prediction there. Both of the remaining Dragon Rulers, like Harp Horror, could go to 3, but I really don't see them going back to 3 right off the get-go. Zodiac Trident could go back to 3 probably. Card's really good, really strong, but it's not broken or insane, and in no way is it ban-worthy. Zen Matey, that is another one that kind of like Orcus Harp Horror, just overdue and expected to come back for a while now, and we're still just kind of waiting on it. Like, when is it going to happen? We don't have our should but won't get hit section, so we'll see if you guys can't predict which cards are now going to get hit. Those are the 11 releases that I have. This is a big list, so I think it's unlikely, but again, I would be ecstatic if we had it. Kashtira Fenrir, I think it's time. This card is just insanely strong, being able to banish, being able to special summon, being able to search out itself. Card is just too good to be played at more than 1. However, if Fenrir does get hit to 1, I also think Unicorn can come off of the semi-limited list, because this is kind of a weird card to have there, and go back to 3. So if Fenrir goes to 1, Unicorn can go to 3. No problems, no questions, nothing. I think that we really should go through and kind of hit the whole format at this point. Push Centurion, push Horus, push these new decks, new engines, new builds, and that means hitting the format pretty hard. However, I don't like banning cards that don't truly deserve like format warping, changing type. So instead, we're going to just limit the Shavara. I think that's probably the best hit towards Unchained, and likewise limiting the Emergency to hit Rescue Ace. So consistency hits for both those decks. If they play through it, they can play through it. But at the same time, I don't think either deck has that truly ban-worthy card in Engine that they play. This hit makes perfect sense, and anyone who says it doesn't is lying to themselves. Pot of Prosperity is ban-worthy, but I see it going to 1. It really should happen. We put Fountain to 3. Runic Tip to 2, or to 1, sorry. I think also makes a lot more sense than Fountain at 2 for a hit. They just want a YCS. The Engine just inherently is so annoying to play against, getting your deck banished, and this one being able to search out anything that just toolboxes the whole deck is very annoying. Pearly Sleepy Memory. Well, drawing 1 to 6 is pretty good. Who would have thought that? Realistically, you're going to go 2 or 4. Most of the time, you're not getting all 3 of them. However, this card is just crazy. The card's insane, and now Pearly has been around for long enough. We can go ahead and hit them. One final limited card, Big Welcome Labyrinth. We can't let Labyrinth just go unscathed again if we're going to hit these other decks especially. I know a lot of Labyrinth players think you can and want to just hit these other decks, but realistically I think that Labyrinth full on deserves some type of hit. Now we have our banned cards. You guys want to guess how many there are? There's quite a few actually, and it'll be tied for our second biggest section on this video, so that means there are 6. Think about it for a second and let me know if I got this right. So Tear Laments, Rescue Ace, Unchained, Manadium, and Pearly are kind of the trump format top 5 decks that we're going with. We hit Pearly. Manadium, not really, didn't hit it at all yet. Unchained we hit. Rescue Ace we hit, and Tear Laments, again, we didn't really hit. Anything in the Tear Laments engine, what could we hit? The Field Spell? Like, they don't have a whole lot left, although Kelbeck and yugioh really are, despite being at 1, it seems like they hit these cards all of the time, and once they hit these, the whole deck just pops off. These cards are insane, being able to mill from both players. Like, they're just so good. And definitely I think they're the ban-worthy cards. We've been calling for it for so long now. Gimmick Puppet, can we just get rid of it? Like, it's toxic, it doesn't need to be around. I don't care if Branded and the Puppet Lock aren't super popular, but like, I don't know guys, like, it's time. Let's get rid of it. What is it, number 42 Galaxy Tomahawk, that rank 7 that spams tokens. When that card got banned, I actually called it by the way, it was seeing 0 play whatsoever, but it's just a card that enabled such dumb plays that it just should have been hit, and it was. So come on Konami, do it again. And this card's actually played to a degree. D-Shifter to 2, no. 1, maybe, but realistically Shifter should just get banned. This card is just ridiculous. Like, we hit Gamma to 1, but we don't touch Shifter. Shifter's a bigger problem than Gamma ever was. Hot Red Archfiend King Calamity, yeah, card just needs to go. It's kind of like VFD, not quite as good, not quite as easy for different decks to summon. People aren't dropping 2, especially because there'd be no reason. But like, read this card and tell me why it sounds fair or that it should stick around. That's going to be our kind of Manadium hit. I know a lot of them actually don't even summon it, but you know, I don't really know the best place to hit them truly. And did Manadium ever really go through a phase where they are winning a bunch of events, where they are winning YCSs? No, they top. They're doing good, but they're not taking down all kinds of events, and I don't think we really need to hit them that hard yet. Let's hit the decks that have been performing. Finally, 1 card left. I sold. It's enabled FTKs. It has enabled all kinds of degenerate plays. It will check Infernables, which are also right there behind the Trump decks. And yeah, I think that this is my ban list prediction. I think that it's would be a very good one. Again, I'd be ecstatically happy with this. I know a lot of people are happy with the format, A lot of people aren't happy with the format. Kind of seems like that's a repeating pattern in every format. But these are my decks, or not decks, these are the cards I expect to be hit and brought back, or at least that could. Again, this is my Christmas wish list. So Konami, if you see this, I mean, let's be realistic. The video is going to go up at 8 a.m. this morning, so in 2.5 hours, Konami's going to drop a ban list at probably like 10:30 this morning, 11 o'clock, and my phone's going to go nuts at my work Christmas party, and I'm going to be like, well, glad I just posted that ban list video, because now we got a real one, but they're going to be accurate, so then I can say. See you guys next time. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, share, any of that stuff. Support the channel. Thank you guys again. I appreciate it, and until next time, take care.